All right, so in this video, what I want to show you is how you know exactly what conversion objective you should choose when you're choosing your Facebook ad campaigns, when you're setting them up, and also how do you know what event should you optimize your campaigns for? Because this is one of the most important decisions you can make when you're setting up your campaign. Mess this up and you will mess up the results of your campaign. And so let's talk about what is kind of the framework that you can use and a process you can use so that you are 100% confident you are optimizing for the exact right thing you should be optimizing your campaign for. All right, so when you are setting up a Facebook ad campaign, you probably come to a screen that looks sort of like this, and it will make you choose what is your campaign objective. And I've got another video around here that I will link to where I kind of talk about the different campaign objectives that we often use at the agency. The short answer is we mostly optimize for conversions. I would say like 90% of the time we are optimizing for conversions. There are a few cases where we might optimize for traffic or engagement or video views, occasionally brand awareness. These are kind of the smaller 10%. So let's focus on the most important one, which is our conversion campaign. And how do we know what should we be optimizing that campaign for? Because when you launch a conversion focused campaign, you are going to find this box here that says select an event that you would like to use as the conversion for this campaign. And we've got a lot of options here. And after iOS 14, it's even more important how we choose this and how we set this up. So let's talk about how you know exactly what to use here. And we're going to use kind of the example of a standard high ticket sales call funnel. So this right here on my screen is kind of our standard high ticket sales call funnel, right? Someone goes to a landing page. Once they opt in, they will go to a thank you page that says, hey, congratulations, you've opted in. We often want them to watch some kind of video presentation, a VSL, whatever that is. And so whether that's on this page or another page, doesn't really matter. Then they will often go to a calendar where they can schedule a time to talk with someone on the sales team. If they are a good fit, they will get sent a link to pay over an order form, or they'll just pay over the phone, whatever that is, and then it will consider them a purchase. And so that's kind of the standard process that someone goes through. And down here at the bottom, we have what are oftentimes kind of the standard events that would be set up with the Facebook pixel while someone is going through this process. The important thing to know here is these pixel events are not just automatically put there. These are set up by somebody. So if no one has ever set them up, they probably need to be set up. But like, assuming you're working with like a media buyer or a team that knows how to set this stuff up, this stuff should be set up like once you get the funnel going and before you run any ads. But the important thing here is to know like what is set up in the funnel. Oftentimes, when someone just lands on a page, if the pixel is installed, it just considers it a page view. Someone has viewed that page. Usually when someone becomes a lead, that will often be triggered as a event lead. And sometimes, like most of the time it's event, but sometimes it's something called complete registration, which is basically the same thing. We could call this banana cream fudge cake. It really doesn't matter what we call it. What's really important is what's installed on this page. And I'm going to show you how you can figure that out in just one second if you have any doubts. If someone is viewing an important page, like a VSL or something like that, maybe they'll have like the view content tag. We often use Google Tag Manager to trigger a view content once they've watched a certain percentage of that VSL, so we know they've consumed a lot of it. Maybe on the calendar, we set up the contact, so it says like they've contacted the business. On the order form, we set initiate checkout, and on the purchase page, we have the purchase conversion tag with what is the value of that purchase. So these are the events that probably that should be set up. Maybe they're not these exact ones, but they're something like that should be set up on your pages. The important thing is we want to optimize for the event that is closest to what we want Facebook to go out and get us in our campaign. So oftentimes when we're launching a brand new campaign, someone goes to the landing page and once they opt in, they become a lead, or that's what we consider a lead. And so we want to tell Facebook, hey, go find us people like this, someone who is going to fill out the order form and become a lead for our business. And so if we put the lead objective on the page, then it should be a lead. If we put complete registration, it should complete registration. If we put banana cream fudge cake on that event page because we set up an event that's called banana cream fudge cake, then that's what we should be optimizing for. And most of the time when we're running lead generation campaigns, this is how we're setting this up. Now, there are some instances where maybe we're optimizing a campaign that's been running for a really long time. We've got a lot of data on the type of people that go through this funnel. So maybe what we might do occasionally is move this one step back and start optimizing for people who not only will become a lead, but will actually watch our video presentation. Maybe we have a lot of data, we want to go even one more step back and optimize not only for people who will become a lead and watch the video, but who will actually schedule a call on our calendar. These are strategic options that we can make, and we often do make these decisions as a campaign has evolved and we've collected more and more data. But we don't usually start with something like this, because if you're just getting started and Facebook doesn't know who any of these people are because it's never collected any data on a funnel, it's best to start with what's the event that's most likely to happen, that we really want to happen, that we have enough data on, that Facebook can go on and optimize the campaign well for. And so usually it's this lead event, and then as you go forward in your campaign and your decision-making process, you might decide to strategically move this down the funnel as you go. But when in doubt, start with the thank you page of your main landing page. And so that's what we'd want to do here. When you're trying to figure out if this is set up, if you're not sure if it's a lead or a complete registration or a banana cream fudge cake or whatever it is, the Facebook Pixel Helper is a really good tool that you can use to go and find it. You just Google Facebook Pixel Helper, click on it, install it. It is a Chrome plugin. And what it will do is when you go to a web page, it will tell you what is Facebook seeing when it gets to that page. So I'm going to use an example of one of our landing pages. When I come to this landing page, I can see that there are 2 Facebook pixels installed because we have 2 Facebook pixels. And this is getting the page view. So if I wanted to optimize for people landing on this page, I could just optimize for page view and I would get to this page. Now, if I want to see what happens when someone opts in for this, I'm just going to opt in for this right now. And so when I use the Facebook Pixel Helper, what I can see here is the event that we have set up is a lead. And this is a lead. I can even see that we've added some extra information here. So we know that this is a sales case study VSL. So this is the event that Facebook is receiving once someone opts into this page. So if I was the media buyer and I was trying to decide what should I optimize this for, I would opt into this landing page and I would look right here and I would go, cool. Lead is the event that I want to be using. So this is how I'm going to track. This is how I'm going to optimize this campaign here. This content name is something I could use to set up a custom conversion, so I could even measure how many of the leads that we're getting are coming from this exact opt-in, because we, like most businesses, have multiple lead events that will be going off because there's multiple ways to become a lead in our business. I could use this for setting up tracking and doing reporting inside of Facebook. But the important thing here to note is like the event that I want to optimize this campaign for is lead. It's not complete registration. It's not banana cream fudge cake. It's lead. Another helpful way that we can go and see what are the events that are coming in and what is Facebook seeing from the way that we've set up the Facebook Pixel is we can come back here to the events manager inside of our menu, and we can actually come down and see like, hey, here are all of the events that Facebook has been receiving as it's been getting data from the Pixel. And I can even come down here and see, okay, look, here's our lead data. And if I go to view details, I can see, okay, well, what are the pages and different places that Facebook has been getting data? So I can see here, like here is today, when just now I opted in for this, I can see, oh, look, it saw that on that actual thank you page. This is where it did receive a lead, and there was the extra information that came along with that. And so this is kind of one way that we can audit it, but the best way to do it is to figure out what is set up with the Facebook Pixel, go opt in for that, and decide what you want to optimize for. Again, a strategic decision of a more advanced media buyer might be, hey, we've been running this for a really long time. We think that Facebook had, looking at the events data, we think that Facebook has a couple of hundred people who have watched this webinar presentation. We'd like to strategically test optimizing for this thing deeper in the funnel. That might be a decision that your media buyer might make. But when in doubt, and it's definitely if you're launching a new funnel, oftentimes the best thing to do is just to optimize for this thank you page event. And so again, you just want to go and look and see what is that event that is on that page. Is it a lead? Is it complete registration? Is it something else? But in our case, what we just saw, it was a lead. And so that's what we want to do. If I was setting up this campaign right now in order to optimize for this funnel, I would want to make sure that it was lead. The one last really important thing to understand here as a media buyer running Facebook ads after iOS 14 is this really important notification that you might see as you are selecting your event, which is this right here. This event has not been prioritized for iOS 14.5. Ad sets using this event may not be delivered to people who have opted out of tracking on iOS 14.5 or later devices. So here's what that's telling you. After iOS 14 with Facebook, with Apple and Facebook, people who have opted out of being tracked by Facebook may not get their ads shown to them. Now, the reality is, I think it's like something like 96 or 97% of people opted out of iOS 14 tracking. And so if someone has an Apple device, they have pretty much opted out. And the reality is most people, at least in the United States, all have iPhones. And so if you're doing this, you're basically not showing your ads to people in the United States who are on mobile devices at a really high level. And that's not 100% true, but it's pretty true. And so you don't want to do this because those are important people you should show your ads to. If you see this, what that means is that this event is not prioritized for the 8 web events that you are allowed to use when you are advertising to people with Apple devices, which is everybody on mobile, which is pretty much everybody. So what you need to do, come over here to your events manager again, and you go to this aggravated event measurement that's right here and click manage events. And what you'll see here is like we've got our domain and we have we have got a couple events that we can put here. So what we need to do is make sure that the thing that we are optimizing for is on this list. This list can have up to 8 things on it. I'm kind of showing you our agency account, which we don't run a ton of ads out of right now. But with clients, like we've always got 8 events because we will probably have purchases, we will have leads, we will have view content, we will have scheduled calls, we'll have various events in here that will pretty much always add up to 8. And so you have to make sure that whatever you're optimizing your campaigns for is on this list. If it's not on this list, you should add it to this list. And actually, I have another video up here about iOS 14, so I will link that up here as well about how to use this 8 events for your campaigns. But basically what we have done at the agency, is the best way to figure this out, is we put all of the standard events that we will potentially be optimizing campaigns for. So leads, submit applications, view content, purchases, complete registrations, whatever that is. We will put those here. We will always optimize for one of the standard events that we're receiving on the pixel so that it's always on this list. And then we always prioritize this in the highest order priority. So like for us, submit application is the most important thing because that's when actually booking a call versus someone becoming a lead. For other, if you're running purchases would go at the top and then leads would go underneath it because purchases are more important than leads. So that's how we have this set up. If you are the media buyer, notice that this is showing up. You either need to make sure that you're optimizing for an event that's on here, and then whatever event is on here needs to be in this 8 events here. So if I was setting up this as a brand new pixel, these would be the events that I would put on there. I'd put page view, lead, view content, contact, initiate, checkout, and purchase. And I would put them in backwards order. So purchase would be at the top, then initiate, checkout, then content, then view content, then lead, then page view. Something like that, right? But that's how I would structure these 8 web events and make sure that these are set up so that they're all here, so that when I set this up, I don't get this notification. And so just to wrap all of this up, right? That is how we decide what is the event that we want to optimize for. And then how do we make sure that that is optimized for iOS 14 going forward? So hopefully that gives you some clarity on how we choose what this is. And again, there's some caveats here, right? If you're a media buyer, you're going to be thinking how you want to set this up correctly. But when in doubt, just go to the page, opt in for it, look at the pixel helper. What is right there that it's telling you the Facebook pixel is receiving right now? That's the event you want to start optimizing for. If you have any questions more than that, feel free to drop them in the comments below, and I'll catch you next time.